Tonight on Coyote Sports, the USD women's basketball season ends in heartbreaking fashion. Plus, find out how the Coyote softball team season is going so far. And in the Bauer Beat, Sean gives you his thoughts on college hockey's big problem. I'm Brian Noel.
And I'm Sean Bauer. Coyote News' Levi Goots is live in the muck to talk about Dakotathon's March Madness bracket pool, and the Coyote track and field team's outdoor season has begun. But first, the headlines. Taylor?
Minnesota Vikings coach Mike Zimmer announced today that the team doesn't plan to trade Adrian Peterson and fully expect him to be with the team for the 2015 season. Peterson hasn't yet been reinstated by the NFL from his suspension under the personal conduct policy. The star running back and 2012 league MVP was suspended for disciplining his 4-year-old son with a wooden switch. The case was resolved in court with the plea bargain. Former NFL safety Darren Sharper pleaded guilty yesterday in Las Vegas to a reduced felony attempted sexual assault charge. This is Sharper's third part of a 4-state plea deal that will put him in federal prison for 9 years. On Monday, Sharper also pleaded guilty to sexual assault in Arizona and no contest in Los Angeles to raping 2 women. Sharper is also due in federal court on April 6 in New Orleans for similar charges. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Taylor. The women's basketball season ended on Sunday as they lost to Northern Colorado 59-58. Senior Nicole Seecamp hit a desperation shot with less than a second remaining, but it was ruled to be inside the 3-point arc, giving Northern Colorado the 1-point victory. Seecamp finished with 19 points in her final collegiate game, and fellow senior Rochelle Contreras added 8 in the loss. The Coyotes finished the season with a 26-8 record.
It was a busy weekend for the Coyote track and field teams. The Coyote throwers from both men's and women's teams competed at the Tulsa Duels in Oklahoma. Senior Cody Snyder won the discus, breaking his own school record with a throw of 188 feet and 7 inches. Snyder also finished as the runner-up in the shot put, and sophomore Jet Moreland won his first ever javelin competition as well. Now the rest of the track and field team competed at the Baldy Castillo Invite in Tempe, Arizona. Senior Megan Gleiser tied her outdoor school record of 6 feet to win the high jump. Lucas Bernard finished 3rd place in the 400-meter hurdles, and Mach Dojik placed 4th in the 800 meters. The Coyotes split up again this weekend, competing in the Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays in Austin and the Bobcat Invitational in San Marcos. Junior hurdler Tyvoski Lewin and senior thrower Kyle McKelvey have been named the 2015 Summit League Men's Indoor Track and Field Athletes of the Year. Hailing from Montego Bay, Jamaica, Lewin becomes the 3rd consecutive Coyote to obtain the Men's Indoor Track Athlete of the Year honor. Lewin's indoor season honors include becoming a first-team All-American, Summit League Track Championship MVP, and setting a school, state, and Summit League record in the 60-meter hurdles at 7.81 seconds. A native of Beersford, McKelvey earns the honor after he earned all Summit League honors in the shot put and weight throw. McKelvey's throw of 63 feet 0 inches broke the Summit League Championship meet record, in addition to setting a new school and state record in the event.
The men's NCAA basketball tournament began last Thursday, and many people's brackets have already been busted. Now, Coyote News' Levi Goots is live in the muck with Dakota Junkman to discuss one student's organization bracket pool. Levi?
Thanks, Brandon. Before the NCAA tournament started, multiple organizations on campus started bracket challenges, including Dakotathon, and it's all for a good cause. Thanks so much for being with us. So, why did Dakotathon decide to do a bracket challenge this year?
Well, it was something the executive board did, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, and it was fairly successful, so we decided we should test the waters and try it again. So we gave it a shot, and we had a pretty good turnout this year, but we're expecting greater turnouts in future years.
I was going to ask, how was the response to the challenge this year?
Well, it was fairly difficult to get people to sign up just simply because it was right after spring break, so a lot of people came back with not a whole lot of money, but we got about 25 people, and in the future we're expecting that to increase tremendously.
And then how does this contribute to your year-round fundraising?
Well, we charged $5 a bracket, and all the proceeds are going to go directly into our total. So we're expecting about $100 to $150 from this. That's going to go straight into our total fundraising goal.
And then besides the dance marathon, what other kind of fundraisers do you have around this kind of time of year?
Well, actually, right now we're hosting a pancake feed down at the Eagles, which will end at 7, and that's $5 for all you can eat pancakes. And coming up April 9th, we're hosting a trivia night at the Varsity, which will be teams of 5 to 6 people and $5 a person, and that's open to all ages.
All right, thank you. The national championship will take place April 6th. Live from the Muck, I'm Levi Goods.
Thanks, Levi. The women's softball team is getting back into the swing of things this spring. Over spring break, the team traveled to a tournament in Florida and played in a doubleheader in Iowa this past weekend. Most athletic teams travel to warmer weather until weather in South Dakota improves.
But I mean, the travel part of it is probably the most fun because we get to go down south and we get to experience all that nice weather while everybody's still up here.
Daly says the challenges of going to a warmer climate for games are manageable with proper pregame preparation. With the start of the spring, USD will hold their home opener against Fort Wayne on April 11th. On this week's Bauer Beat, Sean discusses the present state of attendance at college hockey games.
The college hockey tournament was released on Saturday, and the regions were very interesting to say the least. College hockey is facing a major problem in its lack of attendance at its games. It's not that it doesn't have the fan bases. Watch a North Dakota or a Minnesota game and you'll notice the numbers are there. The NCAA's problem is it doesn't put teams in regions where the team's fans can easily travel to. Putting Minnesota and Minnesota Duluth in the Manchester, New Hampshire region is a prime example. Both programs have huge followings and are rivals, so their fans will watch the game. But having to travel all the way to New Hampshire to watch that game is going to limit those who will attend. Now, hockey isn't the most followed sport out there, and college hockey has even a smaller following. And televising games in empty arenas isn't going to help grow the college game. To sell the game, the NCAA needs to think of another strategy for its tournament. Allow the higher seeds to have home games, have 2 regions instead of 4 so more fans travel to one spot, anything that will get more people into the arenas. I'm hoping the NCAA will work to fix this problem sooner than later because hockey is growing in popularity and this will only boost that trend. And that's the Bauer Beat.